This topic has to do with having other people have difficulty understanding your child. First off, that is one of the most frustrating feelings. I can resonate with you because our oldest child, even though I'm a speech therapist, went to speech therapy for about 2 months after getting tubes in her ears just to help progress her language. She was almost 2 years old and she wasn't quite talking at the level she should be. So I get it. I hear you. I feel for you. I've done it. And I hope that that helps get rid of any fear or stigma with having your child go to speech therapy. The next thing I want to tell you is that speech therapy is a great way to invest in your child's future. Having those speech and language skills help a child with self-confidence, helps with educational success, vocational success later in life. And, speech and language is something we use for all of our jobs. So again, that's something that holding them back at that young age when they're in that critical language period of 0 to 5 years is something that I really, really advise against, because worst comes to worst, they're in speech therapy for a couple months. They progress, they fly through, they start acquiring the skills they should have, and then they're done with speech therapy. It's not something that you have to do for 18 years. It's something there to help get them to that next level and above. So that aside, what do you do if people are having trouble understanding your child? So the first thing is I want to talk through age expectations. So at 1 year old, a child should have about 10 words. A lot of pediatricians ask for 1 to 2, but those words can include animal sounds, exclamations like oh no or uh-oh, in addition to mama, dada, baba, some of those first sounds. So at 18 months, you're thinking about 20 words at least. And then at 2 years, I'd say 50 words. And at 2 years, they should also be putting two words together. So my ball, me do, help me, things like that. Next, though, let's think about their sounds. So if you're having them imitate, maybe an animal sound like meow, and it's always just ow, and they can never get the beginning sound, think about, are they always dropping that first sound? Is it always a vowel that you're hearing at the end? Are they only picking up on the end? Or are they always filling in that first sound with maybe an H or a different sound than should be? Another I would worry about is, do they always imitate the same way, or does it change each time? If you look close at their mouth, do you see them kind of moving through different sounds, which we call groping? Or does it seem easy and fluid as they push out those sounds when you're playing back and forth? A great way to test that would be to work through the vowels. So I say ooh, you say ooh. I say ah, you say ah, e. And then do the same thing with consonants like t, 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 k, 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 and push through that way to see how their mouth can do the shapes, and then turn it into a syllable, so that consonant vowel or a vowel consonant, just to see how they do. If that's hard for them and they're 2 or 3, that would be concerning as well, and a great time to reach out for speech therapy. Another area that kids can have some difficulty would be the sounds they're producing. They may be switching sounds, so instead of doing a K or a G, they're doing a T or a D. Instead of doing a P, they're doing a B. Instead of putting some blends together, like S blends, so like snake, you can have L blends like blue, or R blends like green. They're dropping a sound in that blend continually. You can also drop syllables. A lot of kids, like instead of banana, say nana, but maybe instead of basketball, it's baball. And they're dropping some of those key syllables where somebody else wouldn't understand them. If those are some things your kid's doing, that would be another great time to reach out for some speech therapy to help them. But some pointers for you as a parent is just helping draw their ear to that sound. Pink, holding out that K, or okay. It could be car, where you're holding out that K again. Clapping out syllables is always great to help them. And then holding out maybe that initial S, so like snake. And you can see me doing different cues to kind of help a child as well. Again, I don't want to get into too much. This is such a broad topic, but I at least wanted to hit on a couple things as far as expectations, what you might be noticing, and to help you see when it's definitely a recommended time to reach out for a speech therapy evaluation to help your child. I hope this helps. Please like, comment, and subscribe.